Hey, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Hamburg career, where today we're going to be getting into the actual first episode of this series. And if my voice sounds a little bit meh, I think it's actually just starting to go. And I just realized that as I started recording this. So this could get a little bit interesting, but we're getting right into the transfer window here, as you can see. And I asked you guys last episode for some suggestions for center backs. That was the number one area of need in my eyes for this team. The two top prospects you guys wanted me to look at, John Brooks and Jonathan Tah. Now, Tah is probably going to cost more money than we actually have in the transfer budget. I'm guessing that Leverkusen is going to want upwards of 30 to 35 million for him. Not sure we can really afford that. John Brooks, however, does look really, really good, and we might be able to swing this deal. I'm thinking probably they're going to want 20 to 25 million. That's more in our price range. I'll see if we can get John Brooks. As for Christian Pulisic, you guys were dead split on this one. I'm not really sure what to do with it. Half of you said yes, half of you said no. Literally like dead down the middle, 50-50. So I'm just going to wait and see. If we can get John Brooks and then also get Pulisic, I will do that. And I know those are two Americans right off the bat. I didn't suggest John Brooks. That one's on you guys. And I don't really, it's not because Pulisic's an American. That's why I want him. It's just because he's a really, really good player. His stock is on the rise. I mean, he's up to like 88 or 89 potential. I just want him because he's a fantastic player. And yes, he happens to be American as well. So don't worry. I'm not going to try to overload this team with Americans. If anything, I'll try to get Germans more than anything else. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe, potentially, early on here, we might get a couple of Americans in. Something else that could help the transfer budget situation a little bit, as it's kind of looking like we're going to be coming up short a little bit for the two top prospects that we want. We could sell a couple of these players that have only 1 year left on their contract. Not going to be selling Rene Adler most likely, but Ostrozolik, Giroud, Götze, that guy, and Mikel, I could probably transfer list all of them. I don't think we're going to get much for them, but if we can get maybe $4 or $5 million extra dollars in from between the bunch of them, that could be pretty helpful as well. Now, something that had not occurred to me until I saw a comment from last episode was that we have a very, very good player that's currently out on loan right now, and that is Alen Halilovic. He has like high 80s, like 88, 89 potential to him. So that's our center attacking mid sorted for the rest of this series whenever we feel like we need to recall him. And I might do it right away, but it would cost us $2.5 million to recall him from his 2-year loan at Las Palmas. Instead, I'll probably give Lewis Holtby a chance to prove himself in that center attacking mid position. I don't think that's Holtby's best position. I think he's more of a box-to-box mid, but we'll see how he does at cam. If I feel like it's not working out, I'll recall Halilovic right away. So either way, we do have a very good player that we will eventually recall from loan. All right, so we got a first offer in for one of our players. It's for Ashton Götze. He is one of those players that's on an expiring contract. And at this rate, he's our third string right back. He's just a player. I'm not going to re-sign him. We're going to lose him for free if we don't sell him. So might as well take the $700,000 and add that to our transfer budget. So it's not looking good for our center back situation here. John Brooks, Hertha want $33 million for him, and that's everything we have. Jonathan Tah, however, there's no possible way. They want like 50 for him. We can't get him. So I'll make an offer on John Brooks. I really don't want to spend all of our money on him, but maybe I'll offer 25 and see what they say. And then I've also added a couple more names to the list. I've inquired about Victor Lindelof from Benfica, Kevin Wimmer from Spurs, and then Ruben Semedo from Sporting. We'll see what they say about those guys. Those guys don't have as much potential as Brooks and Tah, but they're still pretty freaking good. I mean, they still have over 80 potential, so I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'll offer on Brooks. We'll see what happens. So some more offers coming in for some of our players now. Matthias Ostrozolik, that is one of the players that I did want to sell. $3 million from Mainz. I feel like we could get more, but he is on an expiring contract. This is one of the guys I want to sell. Let's see if they'll just give me his value. $3.5 million, and they can take him off my hands. The next offer is for Adler, our goalkeeper from Milan. That offer's too low, and I don't really want to sell our goalkeeper anyway. We don't have the money to go out looking for a new goalkeeper right now. We're just going to stick with Adler, so not really interested in selling him. And the third one, Lewis Holtby. for Burnley, 10.5. That offer's too low. I'd want like closer to 12 or 12.5. But honestly, do I want to sell Lewis Holtby right now? I'm not sure that I do. I'm not going to do anything with this one yet. I'm going to wait to see if I actually need this money, and I'll come back and look at it later. Another offer coming in now. This one is for Nikolai Muller. And this is another player that I wouldn't particularly mind selling him. I mean, he's nothing special, but I don't really have a replacement for him. And I kind of want, even if we got Pulisic, I was planning on keeping him at least as a backup, because he would be pretty valuable to the team. But you know what? $8 million. Let's see how much we can get out of Middlesbrough. If they'll go like 10, let's see if they'll go 10. If they give us 10 million, they can have Nikolai Muller. And we have our first signing now of the transfer window. It is going to be John Brooks, and it's going to cost us 25.2 million. I didn't want to go over 25, but I thought I'd throw a 0.2 on there to see if they accepted, and they did. So we'll go 25.2 for John Brooks. The funny thing is, I realized I had Semedo on my short list. He actually has a little bit more potential than John Brooks, and he sold for 17.5 million to Juve. Probably should have gotten Semedo instead and saved us $8 million, but what are you going to do? John Brooks is the one that you guys wanted. I also really like him as well. Of course, he's American, so you know what? We'll take John Brooks. We'll add him to the team. That's a big, big boost for our defense. All right, deals are going down now. Ostrozolik has been sold to Mainz for 3.5 mil. That gets us 2.7 into the transfer budget. And Middlesbrough accepted our counteroffer of 10 million for Nikolai Muller. It's looking like that deal is going to go through as well, as long as they can agree to terms. So we've got quite a bit of money into this team. I'm going to make an offer on Christian Pulisic. So just like that, pretty much a straight swap. We're buying Christian Pulisic for $10 million. We sold Nikolai Muller. That deal did go through for $10 million. So we only got 8, I think, into the transfer budget for it, but still, it's pretty much a wash. I like that a lot. I think Christian Pulisic is a huge upgrade for this team. John Brooks as well. I'm really, really liking the look of the squad. We got some really, really high potential guys starting to make their way into Hamburg. All right, the offers keep rolling in for our players. Another one now for Lewis Holtby. I kind of made up my mind that I was not going to sell him, but because he went up +1 in his overall, the offers are a little bit higher now. And we do have Halilovic we can call back. So I'm going to counter this for 17. If they give me 17 million or 17 point, we'll go 17.5 even. If they do that, we'll sell Holtby and recall Halilovic. I don't think that they will, but if they do, I'd be fine with that. So Hull came back with 16.5 million. That is quite a bit for Holtby. And I'm pretty sure that would leave us, how much would that leave us with? 33 million. Now I am planning on getting another player in as well. That's only going to cost us about 3. That would leave us with $30 million. I'm pretty sure we could get a good replacement for $30 million. So you know what? Yeah, okay, 16.5 million. That's more than I thought I was going to get. That's a fair offer for Lewis Holtby. Let's do this deal. So the next deal that we're going to make is for a wide midfielder. That is definitely an area of need on this team. We do not have much depth there. And I know you guys were saying you wanted to see me get an MLS player. So here he is. It's going to be Kekuta Mane. In the game, he still is at Vancouver, so we can go ahead and pick him up. $3.7 million. He fits into the Bundesliga really, really well with all of his pace. He's a wide midfielder. He can also play cam, which helps because we just lost Holtby. So he just fills a lot of roles on this team. A pretty good deal as far as the value goes. Let's get him in. Also, before I forget, because I actually did forget, let's go ahead and recall Alen Halilovic. $2.5 million. That's worth it. He's back in the team now, and he's going to be our starting center attacking mid. Can't wait to get this guy on the field. I know he's good. I've had him in past career modes. The dude is a stud. All right, so here we are now at the first game of the regular season. I was this close to bringing in another player to have him make his debut in this season opener for us, but unfortunately, he declined his contract, so I still have to negotiate a little bit more with him. Don't worry, I will get somebody, and it's going to be a fairly big name player. I'm sure all of you have heard of this player. So don't worry, we'll get another player in, but he'll just have to wait till next game to make his debut. But for now, heading into the season, this is the starting lineup that we have. Bobby Wood up top, Halilovic in there behind him, Kostic, Ekdal, Sakai, and Pulisic in the midfield. Sakai is starting because we picked up an injury to Wallace, if you remember. He was in there, but he's going to miss the first 3 months of the season with a broken leg. So we'll have to wait to get him back. He does have really good potential. He will get back into the starting lineup eventually. Santos, Brooks, Papadopoulos, Diekmeyer in defense with Adler in goal. Still a very strong lineup, and it will be getting better once we make this next signing. So without further ado, let's play this first game. All right. And so begins the Hamburg career. I'd say we took this team in this first transfer window from maybe an average Bundesliga team to at least an above average Bundesliga team. And once the potentials start coming into play and these players start growing, I think we're going to be a very good Bundesliga team. And already, oh, Bobby Wood, you're going to have to hit it. Oh, that was almost the dream start from Bobby Wood. How'd he miss? It's Papadopoulos. How did we... Ooh, Adler. How did they get through there? I thought we had that 100% covered and tackled. Uh-oh. This is bad. Go get him, John Brooks. Nope. Oh, Diekmeyer. Ooh, Diekmeyer. Uh-oh, I gave it away in a bad spot. I shouldn't have tried to play that out. Oh, we so almost got punished for that. Oh, Pulisic. Nasty move and gets the ball off to Bobby Wood. Wood holding it up. What a pass for Bobby Wood. In for Pulisic. Pulisic. Back for Bobby Wood. Oh, it was so well worked, and we're still on it. Kostic trying to pull it in. That was great passing and team play. Kostic, can we find it back for Pulisic? Christian Pulisic, is he going to get the shot away? He does, and what a save by Hansen. Oh, our two best opportunities thus far have come from the two Americans, Bobby Wood and Christian Pulisic. It's good, man. I like the attack so far. Lots of options. Oh, Kostic. What a move to cut it inside. Still Kostic. Playing it for Halilovic. Gets the shot away. Tried to drag it back across goal and just hit it right at the keeper. What a ball. What a splitting ball, and I've overrun that. And I messed that up. Oh, Brooks gets back. Still doesn't deal with it. Oh my goodness. Where did that attack come from? Here we go. Yes, nicely done. He's going to have to hit this first time. What a save from Hansen again. Knocked down by Aaron Hunt, and the shot just comes away. Pulisic now on a long shot. Nah, it's right into the defender. Jeez, we've had our chances. We can't say that we didn't have chances in this game. We definitely have. Oh my God. Where the heck did that guy come from? Come on, Douglas, get there. John Brooks. Wow. That was so dangerous. Okay, John Brooks is bringing it forward. We kind of have to go here. Just going to try to play this thing over for Bobby Wood. Get on the end, Bobby. Bobby Wood! Bobby Wood scores in the 90th minute to win this thing. Bobby freaking Wood. Yes, boys. Why wasn't I just playing it over the top more? He's 10 times faster than those defenders. God, I've underutilized him in this game. Oh, one simple ball over the top, and it opens everything up. They just did it to us on the other end, and we just hit him right back going the other way. Wow, Bobby Wood, what a finish. 1-0. And that is the final whistle straight from kickoff. Woo, what a game. I like this team. We didn't really show it very much in this game, but I think this is a pretty good team. I really, really do. Once I start to learn how these players play, Kostic was fantastic. That's the first time I've ever had him. Wow, was he amazing. This upgraded Pulisic with 4-star skills, unbelievable. And Halilovic was fantastic all game long as well. And Bobby Wood and the midfield. I mean, I really like this whole team. And the next day after that dramatic season opener, we get the reply I was looking for. Emre Can is going to be signing for this team. $20 million is going to cost us to get him from Liverpool. I hadn't brought in a German player yet, though, so I really, really wanted to make that move. And honestly, I was looking for kind of a two-way midfielder, a box-to-box type of a guy with a little bit more emphasis on defense. And Emre Can is exactly what I was looking for. He just happened to also be German, which is really, really nice. So, Emre Can from Liverpool, that just makes this team even better. So now that that deal is done, that's probably the last one we're going to be doing in this transfer window. There's only about 4 days left in the month of August, and we got about $4.8 million left in the budget. We're going to go ahead and start our youth academy now. I've hired a scout, Oliver Webb. He cost us about $500,000. We're going to start him right out in Germany, of course. I want some good young German players coming into this team. The biggest area of need, I think, is probably still wide midfielders. We're very, very thin in that position. But I really want a good young German goalkeeper to take over for Adler at some point as well. Plus, we still need some more young defenders in the team. What do we do? I think we're going to go 3 months. Let's just straight go for wingers. I think that's going to be our best bet because our objective also is to grow them by 10 overall and play them in 10 games. Seeing as how that's the biggest area of need, they'll probably get some playing time. So let's go ahead and start out for 3 months and look for some wingers. All right, so that is going to do it for this first episode. And I gotta say, I don't really remember having that good of a first transfer window in any series I've ever done. I mean, every single thing just kind of fell into place. It kind of fell into our laps. And we got so much done in that transfer window. I really didn't anticipate that happening. I really only kind of went into that transfer window thinking we need a defender. I really want a really good center back, and then maybe like Christian Pulisic or another wide midfielder. Not only did we get those 2 things done, we also got Emre Can, which I really didn't anticipate happening. That's the cherry on top. That drastically improves our midfield. And we also got Kekuta Mane as well, who's a pretty decent backup wide midfielder. I think those are the only 4 players we brought in, but I mean, the team, like I was saying at the beginning of that match, we went from kind of an average Bundesliga team to a team that's gonna be competing hopefully in Europe next season. That's the main goal now with this team. I don't think there's any excuses why we shouldn't be that kind of a team this year in the Bundesliga, competing for hopefully the top 4. That's my goal. I want to compete for the top 4 this season with Hamburg, and I think we could call that a pretty successful year for at least for season number 1 with this team. So that is going to be it for this one. If you did enjoy it and you're looking forward to more of this career mode, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when we come back for some more Hamburg career. See ya.